Welcome to your class. Today we're going to look at one of the interesting part of mathematics. Okay, I think you already know what is the law, and I think you have heard about it, but you don't know what it is. Okay, so now let's take a look, and I'm going to help you understand what does it mean to say that it is called the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, it is a very common theorem in mathematics. Let me help you understand it. Okay, so objectives in this lesson is the first thing is you're going to be applying this Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so this is the Pythagoras theorem. If you haven't heard about it, you are going to see how it works to find the sides of a triangle. Then the other thing is you are going to solve a problem. You have one problem here, but I'm going to be helping you to solve that problem, which involve Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so that is that. With that, I encourage you to subscribe so that you don't miss the next video. That is that. Now let's get into our lesson. Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so this is the law which was used in many ways, and the engineers still use it to do their survey. Okay, so let's see how do you do it. Okay, so given a triangle, it works on a triangle. Let's say you are given a triangle. Assume that these are straight lines. Okay, so given a triangle like this, okay, and it is a right angled triangle, meaning that this is 90 degrees. Okay, so remember that it is a right angled triangle. This is 90 degrees. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to be teaching you how to name the side. Okay, let's say this side is called A, and this one is B, and this one is C. Okay, so please make sure you name that this corner A and this corner B, and this corner which is as 90 degrees C. Okay, so now we are going to look to find the sides. Okay, we are going to look at this side. This side, you want to name this side. Okay, so to name this side, you're going to look opposite to it. Okay, there is an angle which is A capital. Okay, so we're going to name this side A small a. Okay, then this side, you can see that if you want to find this side, then this side here is you are just going to look at the opposite and find which letter do we have here? We have C. Okay, so we're going to be writing a small c here. Then this side again, to name it, we're going to look at the opposite here. In this case, we're going to name it a small b. Okay, so we're just going to look here and look here and look here. Okay, so this is it. This is how we name our sides. Okay, so to find the length of the sides, okay, so let's say it's in centimeters. Uh, in centimeters, okay, or it is any units, meters, yards, or so. Okay, so to find this length, okay, to the relationship between this length when this one is a right angle is that c squared, this, if you square this c, okay, remember c squared is equals to a squared, okay, plus b squared. Okay, so this works on all right angle triangle. This is the law. Okay, so you have to apply it to find the sides. Okay, so if you are given two sides, you're just going to substitute here and find the remaining. And if you are given this side, any side, you're just going to use this one. Okay, so this is the Pythagoras theorem. This is the formula of Pythagoras theorem. Okay, now let's look at an example where we use this Pythagoras theorem, and I hope you can grab it. This is our example. Now let's start by naming the sides here. Okay, so the first side here, I'm going to name it A. I told you that you should name this side which doesn't have this right angle, A or B. Okay, so you can start with the B here. You can start with B here and A here, or A here and B here. Okay, so this is the first step. Then here you name it C. Okay, so now the second thing you are going to do here, you are going to name these sides. Okay, so this A is here, so this means that this should be in small a. Then this B is here, so this is at the opposite side. Okay, so you're just going to look this side, and here you're going to look from this side and look this angle and see that it's B. So you're going to say it's B, small b. Then here you're going to look from this side. You can see that this one is C. Okay, so you're going to write a small c here. Okay, then use the formula c squared is equals to a squared plus b squared. Okay, make sure you remember this formula. It's very important in many maths aspects. Okay, so this is the formula. Now what we're going to do here, we're going to see what is c. Okay, so in this case you can see that c is y. Okay, so we're going to be substituting here. So this means that we're going to say y squared is equals to, then our a is 4. Okay, so we're going to write 4 squared here, then plus, then b is 3. Okay, so we're going to write here 3 squared here. Okay, so after that, what we're going to do here, we're going to say y squared is equals to 4 squared is 16 plus, then here 3 squared is 9. Okay, so in this case, you're going to get y squared is equals to 25. Okay, so when you have a variable which is squared here, what we're going to do is we're going to put a square root this side, and put a square root this side. Okay, so here in this case, a square root of y squared should be y. Okay, then this side, it means that 25, a square root of 25 is 5 centimeters. Okay, it should be plus or minus 5, but in this case, its length should not be negative. Okay, so this means that our answer is 5 centimeters. Okay, so this is how we do it. We just take label your sides, then substitute like this. Then after that, you can simply solve it. Okay, so when you see there's a y squared here, what you have to do is just put a root here and solve the answer. Okay, so this is it. Now we can substitute that y is equals to 5 centimeters. Okay, so that was that on Pythagoras theorem. Please make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss the next time we're going to look at more interesting mathematics and you're going to benefit from this.